Now that we have C6 Mavuika, I figured it would be nice to try some different teams. Obviously, not actually everyone that can exist because that's basically infinite, but basically all the example teams on KQM, which they even say is not a definitive list, but they did have quite a few interesting ones that I've never tried. I did want to try and rebuild her a little bit, at least giving her a pyro damage goblet, even though her base attack is extremely high, and because of that, the percent bonus the goblet gives, is more effective than in basically every other character's case. I still feel like in a lot of teams, especially ones without a bunch of other generic damage bonuses, Pyro Goblet's still going to be good. The issue is, her current goblet not only is on piece, but has about 40 crit value. Thankfully, we have an okay on piece crit damage circlet, so we can go off piece for the goblet. And this one that no one's wearing is also really good. The EM will definitely help for reaction Mavuika teams, which I would say is most of them. But we're gonna raise a couple pieces, see if we get anything insane. That already rolled into death. If it avoids it from here on, then we'll max it. 16 brings another crit rate. So one more roll into just not death, and it's actually going to be better than the one she has. Here we go. Ooh, crit damage, all right. We're losing a little more attack, but gaining some EM, so sure, let's switch to it. We also have this 4 sub start double crit line, so sure, we're going to max this as well. Just one shot it, see what happens. Ouch. As we all know, ER is completely useless for her, so this one, unfortunately, could be good for someone else, though. We have a couple more double crit line 3 sub, which I will roll to the 4th. That is flat attack. I'm mainly looking for attack percent or EM. EM, okay, this one's worth maxing and just hoping we avoid ER. We didn't, but only one. Yeah, but it's still not that great. Well, then we'll stick with this one. The plume is actually not that good, surprisingly, so I'm gonna check if we have something better. This one has massive promise if it can avoid the death. Let's max it. Just gonna one-shot it. 2 into def, of course. We'll start checking some 4th subs. Def, HP, HP. 2 into crit damage already, okay. Yeah, HP, let's give up. Somehow, the one that rolled 21 def is the best one I have. From this current one she's wearing, we're only losing 2 attack for like 5 crit value, so I think it's worth it. Currently sitting at just under 2300 attack, 147 EM, 91 crit, 217 crit damage. Of course, we did lose quite a bit of attack, but I think as an all-around Mavuika, being in several teams, it's pretty good all-around Mavuika there. May as well start with my typical Mavuika team. This was the first example team on KQM, and they also say it's generally the best team, so I'm kind of surprised. When teams can have multiple different like flex units, I'm just going to take the one I'm most used to or comfortable with. Here in their sample rotation, it does look almost exactly like what I've been doing anyway. I think the only main difference is that I usually do Bennett QE instead of EQ. The hardest part of videos like this and comparing teams is actually finding an enemy that's not super annoying, doesn't have a bunch of weird phases or resistance to specific elements, but I think there was a guy around here. Yes, there he is. So this is probably the enemy we're going to be testing the teams on. His shields should survive most of the first rotation, but here we go. Let's just go ahead and start with the first one. We are going to try his tap first and then go and do that, and then Citlali EQ, and then back to Mavuika, I suppose, to do a burst, and then sure, we'll jump. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I don't know how the jump cancel works with Mavuika's burst, apparently. Oh, right, this guy makes you jump really high. Damn it. There has to be something annoying with everyone, I swear to God. It's so stupid. Give us a test dummy, please. Oh boy. Did the E first. Whatever. Okay, Citlali go. Do that. Oh wait, can we even melt? Because he always has Geo on him. That's gonna obviously impact. Oh, there's got to be one of the other local legends. Like, it'd be actually perfect if we could find one in the stone. Ironbeard actually looks pretty good. Normal res minus physical, but who cares about that? 5.7 million HP. Like every boss, he does have weird stuff going on, but you can break the little object with the 4 main elements, so I don't think it's going to impact that much. In case we accidentally kill him, we can just try again, so it doesn't matter. Here we go with the first rotation, for real this time. E, Q, E, Q, and then we just go to Mavuika to burst, and then we're gonna jump, and oh, what was that? Oh my God, I think I jumped twice. But why does she jump so high? Why did she jump high enough to fly? Since when was that the case? I never knew that. He almost did die even from that completely botched rotation, which is I guess pretty impressive. Why? She jumps high enough to start flying from the ground? I did not know that. Cool, I guess. Maybe I will just wait like half a second before doing her charge attacks instead. This should still be fine. This should still be fine. We're gonna go ahead and do her burst. And then, yeah, I think we waited long enough. Oh no, he's doing the thing. Okay, and that was definitely a 1 rotation, just about. We'll count it as one rotation. The next team we're trying feels a lot more free-to-play friendly. We're swapping out Xilonen for Iansan and Citlali for Rosaria. As for the rotation, there is a note here. If Iansan is C6, use her before Bennett. This rotation is already a little more complicated than I'm used to because it continues after Mavuika and doesn't just repeat itself. So I might need a couple tries. Since Xilonen was in Cinder, we now have Iansan for the Cinder. So we are starting with a Mavuika tap E and just drive on her motorcycle. Okay, whatever. Bennett EQ. Rosaria is QE for some reason, and then we just do her E, and then we go to Mavuika to do burst. Stop hopping on your motorcycle. I think that's Iansan. Then just do the charge combo, and then I think we go back to Bennett after we tap her E. Then we go to Bennett to do not his E, actually just 2 normal attacks, and then Rosaria 2 normal attacks, and then I think the rotation starts over back to Iansan to do burst. It should have been. Why are you running? Okay. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear now. I think we should be able to, like, you know, pretty close actually. For having replaced 2 of the 5 stars with 4 stars, I'm actually really impressed. Like, obviously it wasn't a clear 1 rotation. I would say easily 2 rotation though, if I, you know, did things not bad. Iansan's swap thing is so annoying. Oh no, he's doing the thing. Yeah, that's a 1-shot attack. That's the one thing we really got to look out for. All right, what are we doing? Oh, can we avoid it? No. Every boss has to have something stupid with them. There must be someone or something I'm not thinking about. Are there any high HP bosses that have equal res to everything and don't have ridiculous mechanics? Obviously they can attack and stuff. You know, that's fine. Literally add me on Discord or send me an email or something. How about this? We start the real rotation after he does that for the first time. So then we at least have like 15-20 seconds to get 1 actual rotation off. All right, here we go. Now's our chance. That should be, yeah, whatever, the stuff thing. We're supposed to do her burst first, I guess. And then back to hop off the motorcycle, please. Okay, that was not very strong. Is he doing it again already? Can't even do 1 rotation. Okay, that was good enough. Let's back off now. I don't think we missed anything super important, and he's still a bit over half alive, so yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Swapping out C2 R1 5 stars with 4 stars is just going to do that probably. I think with 2 good rotations, we definitely could do it. So that's really still impressive. For the next team, we are going back to a full 5-star team. Mavuika, Xilonen, Bennett. That seems to be like the core of the really strong teams. But instead of Citlali, we have Furina or Xilonen. Oh wait, I found the combo I'm actually using. Just Q, charge attacks 8, and then finish or 9. The simplest combo that only consists of charge attack spam for non-amplifying reaction teams. Apparently, Furina is the only player worth using that can enable amplifying reactions for Mavuika with this combo. Guess who we have with us? Furina. The rotation does seem to be pretty similar as well. The only real difference is that we go back to Xilonen before starting the real damage with Mavuika. And we actually do Xilonen's burst. But let's see how it works out here. So E, boom, boom, and then burst. Furina, EQ. We're supposed to dash to save a couple frames, but whatever. And then back to Xilonen to do another E, boom, boom. Whatever. I think we did 1 more than necessary. Oh, that did vaporize. Ooh, wait, this is actually pretty good. Damn, maybe 1 rotation. Holy hell, that was about the same as the Citlali. I'm not sure this one's supposed to be as good. I mean, it's very similar, I guess. It's just Furina instead of Citlali. Still probably a tiny bit slower than the Citlali team though, because we did go back to Xilonen for a few seconds, but actually very surprised. With this next team, I don't have super high hopes, to be honest. We have like an overloaded team going on here with Ororon, Chevreuse, and either Bennett or Iansan. Honestly, I don't know which one I should take. Because we don't have Xilonen, I feel like maybe Iansan would be a little better to help keep Mavuika's burst energy good. If we didn't have Chevreuse and thus no pyro resonance, I definitely would have leaned harder on Bennett though. This rotation is actually very straightforward. Mavuika tap E, Ororon EQ, Chevreuse hold EQ, Iansan E normal Q, then back to Mavuika to do her stuff, and it all starts over. Okay, here we go. Boom, EQ, Chevreuse hold E, Q, doing her stuff, boom, boom, and then going to Mavuika. I did, so we don't really need to wait for anything this time because there's no reactions. I mean, I guess overloaded, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, so he's doing the stupid thing again, so we're just gonna try and run away for now. It should still be like an easy 2 rotation, like It was not even so far off being a 1 rotation, but yeah, Color Me impressed. It is a very simple team / rotation, so I don't think I messed up that much with it. That's all to say, take the previous 4-star team with a grain of salt, because that one was definitely more complicated. Next up, we got this team with Mualani, so Mavuika's already kind of more of a sub DPS / support. Besides that, we have Xilonen and Kazuha. Kazuha can be swapped out with Sucrose if you don't have him. Since Mualani is the main DPS here, we will make sure she's, you know, properly built. Already not. Oh, that's right. I just stole this for Mavuika. We do have a couple with promise, like this one with crit rate and HP. Let's go ahead. Kazong. Ooh, okay. Not horrible. You know, 1 roll into crit rate, 3 into HP though. She is a HP scaler. I think we just quit while we're ahead and give it to her. Yikes, look at that Sans. 74 flat def. Like this one already. Can't be worse. 2 rolls into the crit and it's better. Let's go. Oh my god. 3 rolls into crit rate. Let's go. 1. 4th sub crit rate. Nope. Last chance here. It's flat HP. 1 more, I guess. Yeah. She's not an insane Mualani, but not horrible either. We're still at, 86 crit rate? Whatever. We could get away with starting the rotation earlier because Kazuha's plunge attack will one-shot the pillar. But just to try and make things as fair as possible, we're gonna do the same thing. Just wait until he pops it and then start the rotation. All right, here we go. Normal attack with Mualani to do that. Apply that. Boom, tap thing, tap E and burst. And then we're going back to Mualani to do that. And oh yeah, we start with our burst. Okay, that was probably a mistake, but I think he still had Pyro on him anyway. There was the first thing for like 200k. I'm sure it has more potential than that. So let me just get the energy back and we'll try again. Okay, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Kazuha tap, boom, E burst, and then we just go to Mualani and burst immediately, and then E. Do this 3 things, and then boom. Ooh, that was a million. Okay, that was actually way better. Oh, we were probably too slow before. Okay, that was way less. But yeah, I think that first rotation wasn't horrible. I ran out of disk space and didn't notice for like 20 minutes. So I was pretty much done with the Mualani section. The last rotation was actually the best I could manage anyway. And she is C1 versus, you know, the C6 main DPS Mavuika teams we were trying. Considering that, that's a lot of damage taken off of him in 1 rotation, you know what I mean? We then moved on to the second, you know, support Mavuika team featuring Wriothesley here. We've already done a couple rotations, but thankfully nothing really good happened because the dude kept jumping out of Benny's ring and it was just kind of going bad anyway, so not really a big deal. I didn't even record any of it. The one thing I found interesting about this rotation is Mavuika is like full just support now because she doesn't even utilize Bennett's burst buff. I assume it's just better served for Wriothesley its entire duration. I am getting a good sense about how close we can be, you know, so we can start the rotation faster, which is something. But anyway, here we go. We just do, we're supposed to do Q first and then tap. I don't know if it matters that much, to be honest, but yeah, this is what kept happening. He just jumps immediately out of Benny Ring, and I don't know if we're even getting the buff anymore, you know? Probably not. That's like not enough damage for having buffs. Oh wait, I just noticed, I think he has like massive damage reduction when the pillar is spawned. I read the entire wiki on this guy and it didn't say anything about that, so just noticing that now is probably horrible. We're just gonna try another rotation after this. I think, oh yeah, well it's kind of messed up now. I'm just gonna keep doing the rotation until I get lucky enough that he doesn't immediately jump out of Benny Ring. I tried waiting on the last run. I'll probably cut that out because like nothing is working at all. It's weird. I didn't have this problem until now, but whatever, man. So boom, 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 boom. Go and burst immediately, and then E, Benny, burst. Or I'm supposed to do E first. I was too far away. I don't care. Okay, here we go. Finally. Oh wait, no, there he goes. Boom, jump. I guess I don't know. We're more or less in the ring. This is fine. This is fine. Oh no. Okay, whatever. Benny Ring was like gone anyway. I think the combo's like, I figured it would be at least closer, but I've done like 10 runs on this guy, so I'm trying to give like him the benefit of the doubt, and there's nothing I can be doing that wrong, you know? Because like on my good Mualani run, he was like closer to half dead, and now he's maybe a third. That seems like too big of a difference, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just not working. It's just not working. Maybe this is a bad boss for Wriothesley. That could be it. I will try once more, but I've already spent half an hour on this team, and that's just not going to work with that many teams to go, so... I'm actually gonna just apply cryo first. That's fine. So then we can just like start with, well, if it lasts that long, can you hurry up? God, he's so slow with it as well. Okay, here we go. Oh, he doesn't have cryo on him anymore. I am so sick of this. We should have time to run away. Okay, he's doing it. Run. This should be fine. This should be fine. Okay. Still cryo. Good. Okay. Burst with Mavuika. E. Bennett. Why? He's go so far away. And okay, here we go. E. Oh my god. What are you doing? Okay. I think that was fine. We're not doing the jump cancels. I could never get it to actually save time. Nah, dude, no matter what I do. And then he's like always hitting me. This rotation was definitely better. You know, he is closer to half dead now. I'm moving on. So many of them just have this trio of Mavuika, Bennett, and Xilonen. Because yes, this next team just replaces Wriothesley with Ganyu. Of course, we'll be weaker with Zhongli versus Xilonen, but it's at least a little different. I really do hate swapping off Mavuika's artifacts, but sure, I guess. If you want to give this team the best chance. The rotation does seem to be pretty simple. Let's go ahead and start it with a hold E from there. Tap E with Ganyu. We're supposed to do E burst with Mavuika. We did, and then we go back to Ganyu to do 5 charge attacks. And just pray she doesn't get interrupted. I don't think my brain works anymore. Too many letters, too many teams, too many rotations. I need to try that team again, obviously. Do we avoid the damage from this if we're in a burst animation? Usually for these special attacks we don't, but I'm curious. Oh, I think we did. Whatever, let's start the rotation. E, Mavuika burst. That should, you know, give us the stuff. Back to Bennett to do, supposed to be E burst, whatever. And then to Ganyu to do some charge attacks. We should be trying to go a little further away, I guess. I mean, yeah, that added some solid damage, but he's doing the thing again, unfortunately. We're probably holding charge attack a little too long. No, but that was pretty bad. I mean, yeah, we have Zhongli instead of Xilonen, which is going to hurt things, but I feel like I should try that at least once more. Oh yeah, he takes way less damage when he has the pillar summoned. I don't think it says that anywhere on the wiki though. That's so annoying, because now we're doing like 37k, you know? So low. Why can't there just be a damage sponge? Give me a damage sponge. What are they scared of? What are they scared of? Just having like a normal boss. Just having like a normal boss with some normal HP. Give them some cool moves. I don't care. Just stop with these hidden mechanics. Hidden mechanics about having no stone. We're gonna do melt. So to trigger Cinder City, do that. Do a burst, and then we're gonna go back to Ganyu and hopefully get at least one attack off before he summons another pillar. Okay, we could actually get like 3 attacks off. Okay, he ducked under that one. That's cool. It should go without saying that this team's not going to be as good because of Zhongli versus, you know, Xilonen, but it wasn't horrible. It looks like about a quarter of his HP. Just, that ruined my day. That ruined my day. That, I thought I found someone, you know, the pillar thing's annoying. We gotta kind of run away, but no, it also reduces his damage taken. It also reduces his damage taken for like half the fight. What am I supposed to do? I can't just go play with the team because then some teams will seem way better than other teams depending on which boss or enemy we're fighting, which is why I guess people just look at numbers and charts and do the math because that's kind of the only accurate thing you can do. But it's like, I don't know, I just wanted to try out some teams, but I didn't want to present them in like a, you know, biased way, but it's like impossible to avoid that. What am I supposed to do? Chaska DPS, which is quite a bit different than Ganyu. And this time we actually are using a Benny's boost for Mavuika, though I don't know, maybe I should get her off of Cinder anyway then. I'm gonna try starting the rotation when he starts jumping and just like kind of pray the actual burst animation, you know. Yeah, okay, it's fine. So we are doing Benny's stuff and then going back to Mavuika to do her burst. And then I guess it's just Chaska time pretty much. Just come up here and start charge attacking. That is basically it. We're not going to try the animation cancel thing where we save like 2 frames if/when it works. And Chaska is so strong. I am pretty sure mine is still C0. But again, that is a solid half of his HP gone in one rotation. I mean, just for fun, we will try the Xilonen combo anyway. But then I'm going to be very reluctant to swap the artifacts again. So new plan is to just do Furina's burst or whoever is first on field's burst when he's doing this thing. So yeah, now I guess that should be fine. We're going to do Xilonen EQ and then the 2 normal attacks for some reason. Tap and burst, I believe. Yeah, we're good. And then we just go up and start blasting. Did I forget something? It feels like I forgot something. I think just doing Chaska's burst after the fourth charged here. There we go. Okay, she had to fall first. Maybe my timing was bad. Oh yeah, but then he had the pillar summoned, so that did no damage anyway. I'd probably have to time it so where Mavuika is doing her burst when he is hitting the pillar. You know what I mean? So that we have like the maximum amount of time before he summons the next one to avoid the damage reduction. This is so stupid. Why do I have to do that? Anyway, this team did actually perform quite a bit better with Xilonen instead of Bennett, which I'm not really surprised. C2 Xilonen is a pretty monster support just in general. Next up, we're going back to Overloaded, but Mavuika is not the main DPS this time. It is Clorinde. We do finally have a different trio core here. Then the last one is, I guess, a flex spot, Ororon official or Sara. They do say at C6, Sara is the best and mine is C6. But not only were they talking about some weird stuff with like high or low ping, or if you just not play fast enough with Sara, but also I would rather use Ororon because he has Cinder City and Mavuika no longer does. Based on the rotation, I am pretty sure this team expects Mavuika to have scroll and not Ororon. So I don't know, we might have to mix it up a bit, which just kind of equals ruining everything probably. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Q. Wait, did he do it? What the hell's going on? Oh, I guess we probably deleted it. In this team, at least, there's a lot of application. Here we go. We're just gonna do this stuff completely wrongly, but can we do her burst? Okay, there we go. Now we're just gonna, oh wait, no, we were supposed to, oh wait, yeah, we did destroy it, barely. He was in the middle of the air when we destroyed it. Oh god, what's happening? Actually, wait, could we do this? Ah, yeah, we could do that. I mean, Mavuika is in every team. How would that impact the rotation though? You know what I mean? Breaking the pillar does like 500,000 damage though. So it's like, hold E. Mavuika is supposed to do tap E and then just like circle around to half the planet. Okay, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah, you know, we've already seen an Overloaded team. I'm skipping this one. I'm sorry, I literally don't want to do this anymore. Especially because the next one is also an Overloaded team, but at least it features Varesa, which I'm okay with. Why do we have to start with Varesa? I don't get this. I'm not going to give Mavuika scroll of Cinder City. I'm not going to do it. I will have the rotation on screen for you guys. I don't care. I'm doing what the hell I want to now. Basically, all my Natlan supports are in Cinder City already, so it would be kind of dumb. Like Iansan has Cinder City. She should be able to trigger it probably. I still don't really know how that set works, but it usually is fine. We really shouldn't have to care about the pillar in this case because Varesa is a plunge DPS, but I guess she's not going to plunge on the rock. She's going to plunge on the guy, which is not close enough to the rock. I should have just played Donkey Kong Bonanza. All right, here we go. We're just going to start with her E. Do that. Oh my god. Okay, Varesa. Okay, she did break it. Cool. Obviously, you know, it's like this team will have an advantage because we did break the rock. How am I supposed to account for that? You know, maybe a perfect rotation, we could almost one rotation him, which is definitely the closest we've come since main DPS on-field Mavuika. My Varesa is also C2, whereas most of the other DPSs are C1, and she can do a big chunk of damage with destroying the pillar. If we want to, when we're done plunging, we can go to Mavuika to do her burst. I feel like most buffs are gone at that point though. Like now, sure, like why not? And then just like start the rotation over, I guess, if we can. And yeah, like that was pretty fast, you know. There we go. That was maybe a 1.5 rotationer there. But all right, it's time to move on to the final team. At the bottom of Mavuika's page is actually my second most used Mavuika team, and that is with Kinich Burn. These three are the core, and then we can choose Bennett or Emily. I always use Emily in this team, so that's what we're gonna go with. The rotation is also different in this case. It probably still considers Mavuika to be in Cinder City, which I just don't want to do it. I would never, because I don't want to swap her artifacts every single time that, you know, I want to use her as a support or as an on-field. And I do switch her roles, you know, very often between this team and the Citlali team. This is just what I'm used to, so. All right, here we go. Starting the rotation here, I suppose. Whatever, I don't know if QE or whatever really matters that much, but we're going to start with Kinich now. Kabong. Yeah, I mean, pretty good, pretty good. We'll go ahead and do his burst if we can. I don't think yeah, that wasn't enough time to do another E though. It was too late. It's about the same as many of the other teams. He's at about half HP. Everyone has their energy back, so sure, we'll go ahead and do the other rotation here. Why do you have to go so far though? And I pressed Q already. Yeah, definitely. He's, oh, okay, well, whatever. It was 2.01 rotations. But all right, there were some Mavuika teams. executed poorly. But I mean, rotation notation down there, that was way more exhausting than I thought it would be. I'd be like, let's just try some teams, but then it's like you kind of have to play the teams right. I don't know. I kind of wanted there to be some kind of like basis for comparing the teams, and I thought, you know, this boss would be pretty good. But then the stupid rock mechanic thing that he doesn't take much damage, and then it's like, and so it just ended up kind of scuffed as hell. At any rate, that'll do it for the video, I guess. Hopefully there was at least some sort of entertainment value out of it, and if so, you know, like or subscribe would be cool. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.